Boyz. Cali King. In the morning.
Eric V. Mick V.
Get it.
It's the Baka Boyz in the morning time. We have a special guest in the studio.
Oh, yeah, we do. It's the Baka Boyz. Let's go. It is 22 after the hour. Sing the song, sing along like this. Well, it's the Baka, baby. It's the Baka Boyz in the morning. In the morning, it's the Baka Boyz. And we got a special guest for you. His name is Estevan Oriol.
In the studio with us, long time coming. Estevan, welcome to the show, big dog.
Bro?
Oh, hold on.
Turn your mic.
There you are.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
Good morning. What's up, homie?
Good, man.
Shoot,
Hanging
bro.
in there, bro.
I like that little intro song.
Yeah. You know, we got it helps break the ice. You
Yeah,
know?
definitely.
And for those who listen to the Baka Boyz since the 90s, you know that's an iconic joint. And we have to do it for all of our special guests to let you guys all know how much we love and appreciate you coming here to talk with us and share some stories with us, with our audience.
Yeah.
Your past, 25 years. Let's start from the very beginning. I heard you were a bouncer. What nightclub, what hip-hop club were you bouncing at?
A lot of the clubs with Brent Bolhouse and Tef and my friend Sean Mortensen, rest in peace. He used to do some underground clubs, and then just around like different bars down the street, the Burgundy Room.
Okay.
And those kind of places.
Did you used to run? How did you hook up with Cypress Hill, B and Sin Dog?
From that, because I used to work at all the clubs, everybody would come to me. I was working the door, so they're like, to get in, they had to go through me.
Go through you.
Yeah. So,
You were the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did they ever slide you any bud or any cash on the Fetty on the side or to let them in?
Cypress?
Yeah, anybody.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did anybody ever pay you to let them come in with the cueta?
No, but I knew sometimes people had them.
Right, and you knew who they were, though.
Yeah. Every week.
You trusted them, to let them into the club, or is it like...
Yeah, because I knew they were doing it probably more for their safety rather than like holding up the club or taking everybody hostage. It was more just their safety
for them. So at what point did you decide, I'm not going to be a club bouncer anymore, I'm going on tour with Cypress Hill?
Well, first of all, it started because I met Muggs like in '89.
Okay.
And he took me down to Cypress Ave, and that's where I met B and Sen. And then I started just hanging out with Muggs more and the guys more. And then I had met everybody at the doors. So I met House of Pain, which was Everlast, Booyah Tribe, and all those guys. So by the time... it was like around 92, Muggs said, hey, man, I want to, have you do some work with me. And I was like, okay, cool. What do I got to do?
What does that mean exactly?
And he said, just be the tour manager for House of Pain. And I was like, well, what is that?
What does that include?
Just get them to the shows and get them to interviews on time and make sure everything runs smooth, getting them to the airport, to the hotels and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool, I can, do that.
You just immediately agreed to it?
No, I went and asked my boss that I work with doing the construction, and then I asked Brett Bullhouse. I was like, hey, man, what do you think about this opportunity? You think I should go with it? And he's like, you always got a job with me, so
that's cool.
Just go ahead, try it out for the summer.
So how long did you tour with these guys?
I toured with House of Pain for 3 years, and then I toured with Cypress for 10.
For 10 years.
All right, so the whole House of Pain situation, about what time was that out? I mean, where was it at? Was it the Jump Around or before Jump Around? Right at Jump Around, right?
No, it was right before Jump Around.
Right before.
92, 93, 94.
Okay.
And then Cypress, 94 to 2005.
Okay, cool, man. I'm sure you have some crazy tour stories that you've seen, from being on tour with these artists and these crazy women that are out there on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're wild.
Did you ever have to jump in and stop something from happening that shouldn't have happened, on tour?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I had to, always jump in. Because if you're from LA and you have carry yourself a certain way, you're, street dude or whatever, every city you go to, there's someone that would probably want to test you.
Yeah.
You rap about this, you rap about that, are you really about that,
So how do you, get a pass from these people you've never met before? You're jumping into the city and, maybe some gangsters from the city is going to come out and, like you said, test you. What do you guys talk about? How do you get a pass in that city?
Well, it's kind of like, that's kind of one of the things that I learned working at the door is how to talk to people and how to defuse something without being like a punk, you know, just like
I got you.
You're giving the people respect in their city, in their place.
And that's what they want, really.
Yeah,
that's
they
all
just want you to recognize, you know.
This is my town. This is my turf
just
right
like
here.
if you're in somebody's neighborhood and they're like, hey, where are you from, Holmes? And you're like, well, I'm not, you know, from around here. They're like, all right, cool. Well, you know, recognize, you know, you're in my hood.
Where you are.
So that's kind of like what people do around, you know, around the States.
All right, so we know you, you know, from obviously from all the stuff that we did, Cypress Hill, and running into you at shows here and there, behind the scenes and stuff. Because we were big Cypress Hill fans from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And so we would just show up anywhere they were because we just wanted to be around them all the time. Thank God we were able to start working with them and doing production with Be Real and. Who else? Eric V, Everlast, and all those guys and Soul Assassins.
The whole Buzztone family, basically.
Yeah, the whole Buzztone family. We were around, so we got a chance to see you, you know, but we never really got a chance to actually have a conversation with you. Sit down. You know what we were doing on the radio.
Yeah.
You came to Friday Night Flavors. We had some footage of there, but we never really got a chance to sit down and have a conversation with you. Fast forward 25 years, and you got this incredible book in front of you right here. Man, I'm proud of you, number one.
Thank you, brother.
But I want to tell everybody, I want to give everybody a little bit of a background on you for those who do not know. And I'm just going to read from the bio, if you don't mind. Just
go ahead.
1 second. Estevan Oriol is an internationally celebrated professional photographer, director, urban lifestyle entrepreneur, beginning his career in hip-hop as a bouncer turned manager for popular Los Angeles-based rap group Cypress Hill, House of Pain. Estevan's passion for photography developed while traveling the world, and he was featured in Los Angeles episode of Anthony Bourdain's. Rest in peace. That was Parts Unknown. That was dope. I got a chance to see that. Yep. Currently, your work is being displayed at the Contact High exhibit, which you
went to.
I went to on purpose, and my girlfriend was like, we got to go see this. Let's go check it out. So, because I'm going to have you on today at the Annenberg Museum Space for Photography. It's incredible. Everybody should go and do it. It's free, and it's iconic. Your pictures are up on the wall next to other iconic photographers who shot Biggie, who shot Tupac, who shot Cypress Hill. Tell me some of those stories. I want to go behind the scenes on some of these photo shoots. You know, give us a one special story that you might be able to share with us from a photo shoot.
Well, probably like the biggest one. You know, there's a lot of them that were key in my career, but one of the biggest ones that changed the direction I was going in was probably Snoop Dogg. It was for Rap Pages back in the day that I think it was 1998.
Yeah.
And they told me, hey, you know, why don't you do the cover in 10 pages for Rap Pages? So, you know, here's the budget and go do the shoot. And I went to Encore Studios. I had B with me and went in there, and it was Dre, Daz, Nate Dogg, and Snoop.
Yeah.
All working on the record. And then I took Snoop outside. I brought him a box of Joker. You know, I always used to take the people I was shooting a box of Joker, you know, and just as a gift. As a gift, you know, out of respect. And Snoop threw the clothes on right away and was wearing them in the photos. And I was a daytime shooter. I don't really shoot with lights or in the studio and stuff. So
you like natural light?
Yeah, I use natural light. So I told Snoop, I was like, hey, it's a little bit dark in here. Can we go outside? Like, and there was like an alleyway, and there was this perfect sign that said "Beware of Dog," and I had him just crouch down right there, and it's in the book. And then that shoot went great, and from that I just started getting more and more bigger jobs, and to the point where I was doing the album covers and videos and album packaging for a lot of different hip-hop groups.
So did the photography, I'm sorry, Eric, did the photography take you away from doing touring and stuff, messing with Cypress Hill and House of Pain?
No, because when you don't tour, you probably, if you're a big touring band, you probably tour like 6 months out of the year, you know, take breaks here and there. So in those 6 months where I wasn't on tour, I was pushing the photography as kind of like a side hobby, but a side job. And then you know, my main focus was always being on the road with Cypress because that was my steady check.
Yeah.
So I, you know, once Cypress didn't really want to tour no more around 2005, I just dove headfirst into photography and directing videos, and that was that. Directing videos as well.
What was your first camera? I read about this. Tell me about that.
The first camera that I had was a Minolta 35 millimeter. My dad and his wife gave it to me at that time. they had an extra camera. And my dad was into photography, and he was like, "Hey, son, you know, I think you do a lot of cool stuff in your life. You know, when you're not on tour, you're over here in East LA with your car club, working on your lowrider, and like, you know, those two worlds are pretty cool. You should document them." So I started taking the camera out little by little, and I got more comfortable with it, and then I started, you know, really busting it out and taking pictures, and then that's when I started getting to work.
Eric, you had something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, taking it back to when your dad gave you the camera, did you think that one thing would lead to everything that is now? You know, you being able to direct so many things, being featured in GQ, FHM, shooting, you know, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Kanye West, and all these famous people out there. You know, looking back at your life, did you think you would end up where you are now?
Yeah, no, I had no idea that I would ever be making a living doing art. And it blows me away every day. Like I always think about, you know, what would I be doing if I didn't do this? You know, would I have still been the construction guy, or would I have been the, you know, touring guy that tours with different bands every time there's the next tour? But I kind of didn't really see that, because when I was touring with the homies all the time, it's like 7 to, you know, like 10 guys on a bus, and you really have to be cool with those people and like them to live on the bus with them like 24/7. So I didn't really feel like I could go from band to band working and living on the bus with, you know, 5 to 10 guys I don't know, and I just thought it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, because it can get uncomfortable very quick.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't respect each other's space and things like that.
Yeah, and it's a tight space.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let's go into a couple of stories of bus stories on tour, man. Where there's got to be, you know, smoking marijuana, obviously with Cypress Hill.
Oh,
Cypress
yeah,
Hill.
pounds.
The pounds. So you guys got pulled over tons of times. How did you guys not get thrown in jail every time you got pulled over?
We got pulled over a few times. A couple times, you know, people went in. We always had that little cushion, like little petty cash cushion. If something happened, you know, we could get out of jail or call a lawyer. You know, there was always that element on the side waiting for us. So some of the crazier parts of the story is just people doing weird stuff, you know. Like one time we kind of had like a little riot with the guys in I think we were in England with the security guards, and they came out with baseball bats and pieces of pipe. And
what was the problem? What's the problem here?
They got into one of the problems with one of our crew. Yeah.
So everybody's got to jump in, basically.
Yeah, because, you know, it was
California boys out there.
Yeah. It was like, you know, we had to have each other's backs. So, but it went pretty crazy real quick.
Did anybody have to go to the hospital?
No, nobody even got hurt.
Thank God.
Just the bus got, you know, some windows smashed out, but, you know, everybody made it to the bus. And, you know, as the bus was pulling out, that's when windows started breaking. So,
if you just tuned in, we have Estevan Oriol in the studio, who's got this brand new book. This is Los Angeles. Before we get into the book real quick, I got a question for you as far as photo shoots go, because some are easier and some are tougher, I'm sure. Which one has been your the funnest photo shoot that you can remember? Because you've done so many. Like the person that you had the most fun shooting, like taking their pictures.
For me, probably the most where it would kind of knock me off my feet was Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Yeah. And I had gone there the day before, and I sat there for 8 hours and didn't take any pictures, and I was kind of pissed. And then I called my partner. I was like, "Hey, I was here for 8 hours and I didn't get what we need." He goes, "Well, what are you gonna do?" And I said, "Well, I need to come back." And he goes, "Man, you know, they just had it set up for this one day." And I go, "Well, you know, they didn't let me do what I need to do. So, you know, what am I supposed to do?" And I go, "Just call them and tell them, you know, I'm coming back tomorrow." And he called them, and he didn't ask, you know, he's like, "Hey, Estevan didn't make it today, you know, get the shot, but he'll be there tomorrow and he'll knock it out." So they're like, "Oh, okay." And they let me roll the next day, and I got the shot, and that was one of the shots where I was like, "Man, I can't believe it." Like, I shot Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. Like, I felt like at that point I made it, you know.
That was that pinnacle.
Yeah, even though I'd been in 100 magazines and 50 album covers. I was like, man, if I just hit someone like that.
I mean, you're talking about Scarface and Godfather and things like that. I mean, this is iconic.
Everything.
I mean, that's definitely the pinnacle for a photographer. So.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever turn any job down that you regret?
Not that I regret, because I turned them down for a reason, but I haven't done a lot of jobs that I wish I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there was somebody in the way, and you know, sometimes somebody will just cross me the wrong way when they're talking to me, and I'll just be, oh, okay, cool. You know, I'm not gonna do this one.
Yeah, I'm good. It's a vibe thing. You don't feel like that energy from them.
Yeah, they just have to say the wrong word, and I'm gone. You know. Like,
yeah.
I just feel like you know, if you're coming in because they hired you because of what they've seen you do, then that's what they should.
They should let you do your job.
Yeah, let you do your thing and not try to, you know, put you in handcuffs and tell you, hey, you know, you got to do it this way for this much money and this and that. And you're like, I'm cool. See you.
So let's talk about the book now. This is Los Angeles.
Yeah. What's in the book?
What's all in the book? What's going on there?
This is my third book. The first one was LA Woman. The second one was LA Portraits. And this is my third one. It's called This is Los Angeles. And basically it's a compilation of 25 years of, you know, taste of the different photo shoots I've done here in LA on hip hop, music, art, celebrities, lowriders, gangsters, women. So it's pretty much a compilation of all that stuff.
Covering the whole
shot.
spectrum from your eyes to everybody else's eyes.
Yeah, and the different kinds of people I've shot in here in LA, or, you know, different iconic LA stuff.
Yeah. People want to know, are you going to be doing any book signings?
I'll be at the Torres Empire show this weekend.
Okay.
The Lowrider Super Show, and people can come by and check it out there, and I'll sign some books there.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is available everywhere for everybody. This is something this is a collector's item right here.
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Yeah, because
it's beautiful, big.
It's like history, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of like that, you know, the contact high for hip hop, you know.
Yeah, when they contacted you for that, no pun intended. You know, how did you decide which shots that you wanted to put in there? Did they ask for particular ones, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I came kind of late on it, or else I would have put more in there, you know. But I get hit up to be in so many different books and this and that. So most of the time, yeah, sure, here, and I just send a couple pictures, and sometimes it makes it in these big, great projects, and sometimes it never comes out, you know.
A couple people want to ask, where is the book available? Where can they buy it right now?
They can buy it on my website, EstevanOriol.com. It's ESTEVANORIOL.com, or you know, it's on eBay, Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Eric V, they want to zoom in on the book. They want to see the cover a little bit more. So if you can,
I got you.
He's got the thing over there. Eric V's got the control over there. Estevan Oriol in the studio with the Baka Boyz here. 25 years in the making. This conversation, like I said, we ran into you in passing, you know, whether it's with Cypress Hill or with House of Pain or anything like that. I got a personal question. This is for me, personally. What was your thoughts about the Baka Boyz when we came to Los Angeles and there was these two little fat Mexicans that were on the radio doing crazy stuff, you know, and we're not from Los Angeles. So because I felt, you know, I mean, in hindsight, looking back, like, I would have been pissed off, you know. These kids are coming from Bakersfield, California. They're not even from Los Angeles, and they're here doing things on the air and radio that nobody's ever done before.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
I was mad, you know. I was a fat Mexican too, and I did funny shit. No, I always liked you guys, man. You guys had good energy, and you guys were cool and funny, and you know, there's gonna be haters everywhere, you know. So
always.
I mean, it's like LA into Bakersfield is not that far, you know. It's not that crazy. It's not like you were coming from Arizona or Colorado, you know, on the weekends. Because at that time too, me, Be Real, Cartoon, and Bobo did a radio show at KMEL. It's called Soul Assassin Radio. So, you know, we're from LA, and LA and San Francisco don't really get along.
Right.
And for us to go up there every weekend and do this radio show, it was cool, you know. And it was cool that they let us come up there.
And do you?
Yeah.
Do you miss being on the road with Cypress Hill?
Yeah, I mean, that was like a way of life for 13 years. It was fun, and traveling with, you know, like your brothers.
Yeah.
You know, you're with each other like every day, all day, and just traveling the world and having fun.
Yeah. Who's the joker of the crew with, like, you know, the people you were on tour with, like whether it was House of Pain or Cypress Hill? Who's the joker? Who was the serious one? Or who was the one that got mad at everything or anything? Do you have any specifics like that?
Everybody pretty much. The cool thing with our bus is everybody joked around with each other.
Okay.
Like nobody was safe. Like sometimes you go to sleep and you wake up, you know, with some shit on you or something like that. Like, we just had fun, you know. Like that was our college, that was our, you know, high school shit. So we just went crazy on there. You know?
guys do any kind of like hazing? You did some hazing where you were like drawing on each other's face? Or
we did all that shit. We used to. MMA had just come out, so we used to do these like kind of like little warrior type things where a couple guys would get at this side of the bus, a couple guys would get at this side of the bus, and we just rush each
like
other.
A melee?
Yeah.
Like a cage fight.
We just go buck wild in there. The bus driver would be getting mad as fuck. He's like, "God damn it, y'all stop fucking around. I'm not driving no more." And we just pull over. He'd pull over and he goes, "Y'all want to wrestle and do that wrestling shit? Get off my fucking bus and do it right here." We'd be on the side of the freeway like going, "Oh fuck," huh? You know, like we got scolded by our dad. You know?
It
was funny as fuck though.
For sure.
I love that. So you picture the culture as well, gang lifestyle, lowrider stuff.
Yeah.
For many years, your first car was a '64 Chevy.
Yeah, I still got it.
That's pretty dope for a first car. How did that come about?
It was in like 1989. It was my first classic car, but I had a I had a Toyota truck back then that I was rolling around. It was like my work truck, you know, doing construction and shit. So I was always telling a friend of mine, his name was Tony Ward, I was like, man, you know, one day I want to get this, you know, 64 Impala. And we found one, and at that time I didn't have enough money to buy it.
Okay.
So he bought it. He's you know, hey, you know what, when you get the money, I'm gonna hold it for you, you know.
That's nice.
Like, this is my car, but when you get the money, I'll sell it to you and it'll be your car. And I was like, okay, cool. And I got the money and saved up and go, okay, here you go, brother. Give me the keys, you know. So at that point, I was like in 89, and I didn't start building it till like 91.
Okay.
With my friend Donnie Charles, rest in peace. He just took my car apart on the street one day in front of my apartment over there off of Waring in Las Palmas.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, you want to make this a lowrider or what, homie? And I go, yeah. He goes, okay, let's do it. Grab my tools. And I was like, right now, right here? He goes, yep. And I was like, damn, man.
No time like right now to do it.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't have shit to do. You know, I was a kid. So we just started taking the car apart right there on the sidewalk, putting everything in piles, you know, the chrome, the interior, and the polished metal and all that. So the next week, everything got delivered to different shops, and it was on crack, you know.
Man.
Then I got the touring job, and I was able to, you know, get everything out of these shops.
Yeah.
Because everything was everywhere, you
Separate,
know?
yeah.
And it was like 1,000 here, 2,000 there, 1,500 for that, you know, 2,500 for that. And before you know it, you're like, damn, man, that shit's gone, you know?
10,000, 15,000 in there.
Gone.
How much did you pay for the actual car?
At that time, I think it was 1,800.
89, yeah.
Yeah, it was a hoopty, you know, like a bucket. So, but it was a 64 Impala. It rolled around, and you know, I used to drive it as a daily car. And then once I started taking it apart, it was over, you know. Yeah. But it might be at the Torres Empire show this weekend.
Oh, really?
Its name's Blue Velvet.
Yeah, I was about to ask you what's the name of the car. Right? Everybody names their car, right?
Yeah, Blue Velvet.
That's
from the movie with Dennis Hopper and Isabella Rossellini.
Yeah, you shot Dennis Hopper as well, right?
Yep, right before he passed.
That's crazy, man. It's the Baka Boyz Show. We have Estevan Oriol in the studio. He's got the brand new book. This is Los Angeles. You can get it on Amazon, eBay. His website is again one time.
EstevanOriol.com. I kept it simple.
All right, so let's talk about photography real quick. Subjects and what you're looking for when you put this camera up to your eye. What are you looking for?
Most of the time back in the day, it was, you know, what I would be hired to do. You know, I was going to different artists or different people to take photos of. So it's kind of like you're put in a position to, you know, think fast and be creative with no, like, only pressure. You know how everybody says, yeah, here, do this, no pressure, you know. When you're a photographer showing up to a photo shoot, it's nothing but pressure because you've never met this person before. You've never been to the location. You don't know what anything looks like or where you're at. you just show up to this, the number on the street, and you're like, oh, okay, damn, okay, well, there's a place over there I could do this.
You
and
immediately start looking around to see where you're going to shoot.
Yeah, you start checking it out, and you're like, okay, I could shoot right there at that wall. There's good light there, and you just scope it out, and you got to come up with it quick, like as you're walking up to meet the people, and they're like, okay, what do you want to do? When they open the door, and you're like, let's go right here by this wall, let's go over there by that wall, and you just start knocking it out.
And nobody's ever showed you, taught you, and, giving you kind of guidance or anything like that? No professional photographers, never in your life?
My dad gave me like a 3-minute lesson. He was kind of like,
Give us the lesson for those out there who want to be a photographer from Pops.
There was these 2 pins inside the light meter in the camera, and he was like, if you turn the f-stop ring on the lens and the speed knob on the camera, those 2 pins will line up at some point, and then you're ready to shoot. So he was like, here you go, do you see the 2 pins? I was like, yeah. He goes, okay, turn this, turn that. When they line up, you're ready to shoot. I was like, okay, cool. And that was that.
That's dope. Out of all the hundreds of thousands of pictures you've taken over your career, which one is your favorite picture of all the pictures you've taken?
Can you just choose one though?
I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah, it's real hard,
Like, or how about a couple that you really love that always have resonated with you? I mean, obviously you said the Robert De Niro and Al Pacino was very special, that shoot.
Yeah.
Any particular pictures that stand out in your brain that you've shot over the years that you just absolutely love? Like, man, I really got that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, but I would say the ones that have the most meaning to me are like the ones that document part of my life, which is where it wasn't like a job, like touring with Cypress or around the lowrider scene or with my family. I got a lot of crazy cool like family shots.
Nice.
Like, a lot of families I know, they don't have like crazy cool pictures like that. Most like family shots are like, hey, they bust out a instant camera, throwaway camera, and they just take pictures at like a little family events. But I got some pretty crazy cool portraits of my family, of the kids and the grandkids.
Oh, that's cool.
And the LA fingers,
Yeah, the LA fingers. Yeah,
forget that one.
That's a famous one for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Got a question for you. Being a photographer and in this day and age, and this is I equate this kind of with being a DJ. As a DJ, it used to mean a whole lot to have that in front of your name. You're a DJ, and then now everybody's a freaking DJ.
Yeah.
And everybody's a photographer, and everybody's a model,
right,
and all this stuff. Does that frustrate you at all?
Yeah, of course. Because there's a lot of bullshit out there. A lot of hacks. It's like, I call it like spray and pray technique, where they just keep their finger on the button. It's just like, brrr, and then they pick one out of that.
That's how I do it, man.
Oh man,
that's how I get my best shots.
Yeah, you shoot enough pictures, you're gonna get a good shot.
So my style works. It just it's not acceptable to you.
It's just
you're
like
diluting the art, Nick.
The way I came out, that's we learned a different.
You didn't line up
technique.
the pins, fool.
I didn't line up the
Hey man, somebody was saying they love your truck driver voice, man. Your bus driver voice. Can you do some more bus driver voice for us, man?
Yeah. Man,
what was the guy's name? Do you remember?
We had a few of them. I think one of his name was Earl.
Did they all talk like that?
Yeah, like 95% of them. How y'all doing? And then you get to the when you go to Europe,
right?
You can tell they have like a
accent.
Yeah, like a different kind of accent than the regular people in those countries.
Because they're truck drivers.
Yeah, we would just have. It was fun, man. We would like try to make the bus drivers like part of the family.
Right.
We were always like cool with them and fuck with them and stuff, and bring them like stuff for their rooms, like drinks or whatever. Be like, hey, you drink, you want some of this? So, when you go back to the room, don't get too faded though, because you got drivers.
You got drivers around, right? Wow.
Your work has been showcased and selected in galleries and institutions. You got the Smithsonian Center for Latino Initiatives, Mesa Contemporary Art Center, Peterson Automotive Museum, the Museum of Contemporary Art. The list goes on and on and on. You got to be very proud, of your work, man.
Yeah.
Considering you didn't think that you were going to be doing this for life, for lifestyle or for work. Yeah,
I feel good about that. The accomplishments that I've gotten to so far, I've been in about 15 museums, which as a photographer doing fine art, photos, that's the best it goes for you. You know, the best it can get for you is in a museum or a high brand gallery.
Right. So what's left for you to do? What's left to uncover for you? Do you think?
Oh, man, I'm not. Well, we got a documentary coming out, me and Cartoon, in the beginning of next year.
Nice.
It's called LA Originals.
Okay.
So we're gonna be releasing that. We've been having this documentary. There's a trailer online for years called the Ink trailer.
Yeah.
But at that point when we were working with the name Ink, it wasn't molested like it is now. You know. So we were gonna come out with that, and then it got shelved because we signed a movie deal, and we got it back, and we're gonna put it out now. And we changed the name and changed a little bit of what's gonna be in it, but it's basically 25 years of all the stuff we've been involved in.
So, and we're going to wrap this up soon because we got to get up out of here in 9 minutes. Our show's going to be over, but there's just so much I want to talk to you about. I want to ask you about. I want to talk to you about being Mexican and being in the industry. You know, you're in Hollywood, basically, and they do things a lot differently.
Yeah.
Have you ever come up against, these people that are just...
The closed door?
Closed door type
stuff.
stuff.
For sure.
How do you get around that? How do you just get around that? Personally,
you don't get around it. You just, they either let you in or they don't. You walk up to the door, knock on it. If you get let in, you get let in. If not, then you
keep it moving.
You go to the next one. I've had really good friends that when we were younger and in the club scene and stuff like that, we'd share food and share clothes. Like, hey, that's a badass jacket. You want to wear it? Let's go out tonight. You could wear my jacket and, whatever. And, let's share food. Hey, man, I'm doing bad. I'll buy you a sandwich, homie, or whatever. Those same people that you've even physically fought with, protecting them or whatever, have gotten some big high positions and
turn their back.
Yeah, turn their back. It's just straight out told you, oh, sorry, brother, nothing I can do. I was like, damn, okay.
Like that, huh?
Yeah, that time that them fools were wanting to beat you up and I stepped in for you. Okay, cool.
Wow.
I see how it is. And then, you just never mess with them again. That's it. Wrap.
Okay, and we're going to switch gears real quick, and we're going to wrap this up soon, like I said. But being in the culture, in the gang environment and stuff, have you ever felt threatened? Ever felt your life to be threatened?
Yeah, but I've been on photo shoots before where a couple bullets started flying, but you feel like your life's being threatened, but you're caught in it, and the adrenaline, takes your mind off of that. You're thinking more like, okay, well, the person's over there, the gun's pointed that way, the bullets are going that way, I'm cool right now. Unless it comes back towards my way, then, I got to think of something else. But, at those kind of situations, you know your life's being threatened, but you're not thinking about that. You're like, you don't get scared, and you're like, oh my God, my life. You're thinking about, okay, he's not pointed to me, I'm just going to kick it right here. Or, duck behind this if the gun comes my way. But shit comes up, some of these photo shoots, you're in different neighborhoods and they might not be cool with another neighborhood at that time, and you just got to roll with it.
Wow, we have so much more to talk to you about, man. But thank you for coming in. I hope we get a chance to have a deeper conversation with you.
Anytime.
We're here to support you, of course, throughout your work and your future, of course. And when the movie comes out, please come back
for sure
with Tune.
Hell yeah.
I'd love to have a conversation with him as well. Another Vato we've known for a long time, but never really had a long-term conversation with you, man. So it's really, really good to connect with you and learn more about you, and finally get to have this, man.
Thank you.
Proud of you once again.
Is the bus driver going to be in the movie?
Hell yeah.
Are you going to play Earl?
There's one from Europe. He's on there. And
for real?
Yeah, we have this part where we keep driving up to the fences, and the guys are like, they're like, who are you? Like, Cypress Hill. For what are you guys here for? And we're like, we're here to headline this concert. And they're like, do you have credentials? And he's like, this is a fucking credential. And he shows them the pass.
So you can do that other accent too.
Oh man, we have the biggest laughs on tour, man.
Oh man, Estevan Oriol. Of course, the book is out now. Amazon, eBay, his website as well. How can people follow you on Instagram? Give me
just my name, Estevan Oriol, ESTEVAN ORIOL.
There it is right
like
there,
to
man.
keep it simple, you know?
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming through.
We got you back right here.
Thank you,
Esteban.
guys.
Have a beautiful, blessed day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you here from the Baka Boyz Show.
Yeah.
Baka Boyz in the morning.
Radio how it's supposed to be heard. It's the Baka Boyz Show.
What's going on? This is Drip.
Every day.